And we're back, everybody. All right, so quiet down, please. So just as a reminder, this is our last day of pre-algebra material. On Monday, we're going to come in. I'm giving you this assignment. I'm giving you a bunch of time to work on it in class today. On Monday, you'll come in. The key will be in the binder, so we'll go over the key. Instead of doing a warm-up, we'll just go over like 5 or 6 questions that are going to look a lot like what's going to be on the quiz. And that will take us the first half of the period. And then the second half of the period, I'll give you the quiz. The quiz is only 10 questions. That's it. It's just a short quiz, no fluff. Just want to see where you guys are at. We decided, Mr. Diop and I talked before school, we're going to do a free retake on this first quiz, just because it's the first quiz. You kind of get your bearings a little bit. So if you need to, you can retake it scot-free. You don't need to use your retake on this first quiz. Okay? So do your best on it. Just want to see where you're at. But that's on Monday, okay? So first half of the period, we'll go over some questions. Second half of the period, we'll take our short 10-question quiz, okay? All right, so what I want to do today are do more problems with the distributive property, but kind of like amp up the difficulty a little bit and just kind of see what can we possibly do with the distributive property, okay? Now, this first question, I believe we did yesterday, so I'm going to throw that one down there. But this is the first one on your papers, correct? Yes. So we have 5, quantity 2a minus 6 plus 3, quantity 4a plus 3. Now, when I have these double distributive property problems, that's what I call it, double distributive property problems, I want to do the distributive property on the left side and then the right side, okay? And I can do it at the same time if I'd like to. All right. Because again, the goal is to get both of the parentheses to go away first and then combine like terms. So can somebody tell me, what do I get when I distribute with my 5? What do I get when I distribute the 5? Danielle?
10a minus 35.
Close. 10a minus 30. 10a minus 30. And now, what about with the 3? Nathan?
12a plus 9.
Good. 12a plus 9. Oh, you're going to see me do that a lot. I change variables into x all the time, and I don't mean to, so sorry if I do that mid-problem. So 10a minus 30 plus 12a plus 9. Make sure you're putting your sign in there. Whenever you distribute twice, it's a very common mistake to kind of just like leave that blank right there. Make sure you put a sign in there. What are you doing? What's your name? Henry. I thought it was Henry. Okay. Henry. Got it, Henry. All right. Now, at this point, I combine like terms. Okay, at this point, I combine like terms. So let's underline like terms. I've got a 10a and a 12a. And then this minus 30 and plus 9. Do you notice how I'm underlining the symbol directly to the left of it as well? Because that's reminding me that those things are either positive or negative. Like, for example, 10a and 12a. What do 10a and 12a combine together to be? Rose, right? I knew it was flat. I almost called you Lily. Rose.
22a.
22a. Now, what does my constant turn out to be?
Negative 21.
Good. A minus 21. Don't say 39. Don't say minus 39. This is a negative 30. And again, you treat it like a negative. This is a negative 30 plus 9. Negative 30 plus 9, which is a negative 21. So 22a minus 21. And that's my answer. Sound good? Okay, let's do another one. That's the one I threw down there. And now this one, I believe, doesn't it say plus in here for you guys? Okay, I'm changing that for me too then. All right. Why don't you go ahead and do this one on your own? Let's see how you do. Try it.
Number. So negative 1.
What? Basic yeah.
Six times five. Five.
I'm like, one. I know every other.
I did not even know what 5 is. How am I supposed to know what mine is? Plus 1. -1. It wouldn't be negative. If there's not a number, then you just replace it for 1. Shut up.
You distribute negative.
For what?
So this
Don't you just replace the negative, put -1 and my number?
Yes.
All right, let's try it. So remember that the negative sitting out front, the negative that's sitting out front, all it does is take this sign and distribute it into here, right? All it does is takes that sign and distributes it in. -6y and then a -1. Be careful with that. Please say a -1, not plus a -1. Now, when we distribute this 3 in, this becomes a positive 6y minus 15. What happens with my 6y's? They cancel out. They're gone. -6y, positive 6y, they cancel out. So the only thing left over is the -1 and the -15 to become a -16. And that's my answer. Just -16. You all right? A little tricky because I've got that negative sign in there. Okay. Now, remember that whenever you have something cancel out, like a -6y plus 6y, and they cancel out, it goes away. It's not like it is like a 0y. You don't put, the y goes away when it completely cancels out, when it goes to 0. Let's try this one here. 5 parentheses x plus 6 minus 2 parentheses 4x minus 7. So again, get all my parentheses to go away before I do any combining like terms. So getting this parenthesis to go away, what do I get when I distribute this? What do I get when I distribute that? 5x plus 30. Good. 5x plus 30. Now, be careful. What am I distributing in the second set? Brennan, right? Brennan? -2. -2. Thank you for saying -2. -2 gets distributed. That's what I need to use. -2 here and here. So that means, that implies that if I take a -2 times 4x, this is a -8x. If I take a -2 times a -7, that's a plus 14. Watch out there. Be very careful about that. That should say a plus 14 on the end. Why? Because it's a -2 and a -7. Negative and a negative make a positive. Watch out for that. There are often times when people go through and say, like, I missed this problem. What did I do wrong? You know where I'll check first? Right here. To see if you got a minus 14 instead of a plus 14. So now we combine like terms. I've got a 5x and a minus 8x. And again, I'm going to underline the minus. And then I've got a 30 and a 14. So let's put them together. 5x and a minus 8x. What does that get me? 5x and a minus 8x. -3x. 5 minus 8. Yeah. Instead of a positive, it's a negative. So we got to go down. 5 minus 8. And then we have our 30 and our 14 to make 44. If you had said 16, you probably had a minus 14 instead of a plus 14 on the end. And now we'll do one more. Doing all sorts of funky negatives in there. So, first things first, on the left side, distribute the negative. Take this negative sign and bring it in. This is a negative 2c minus 3. Negative 2c minus 3. This negative 3 gets distributed in. Negative 3 times 7 is a minus 21c. Negative 3 times negative 5 plus 15. So we do negative 2 and a negative 21 to make negative 23. C. 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 And then a negative 3 plus 15 plus 12. How are we feeling about that? Good? Cool. There's one of these on the quiz, yeah. Yeah. Let me get rid of the video real quick.